Welcome on YouTube, this is Courtnoy's here, and I'm going to bring to you today my Kaiju Zoodiac deck profile. I've been so hyped ever since pulling Barrage and Broadball in one of my Raging Tempest boxes, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to build this deck, and I have all the pieces together now, so I thought I'll bring you this deck profile. Hopefully you enjoy it. To be fair, it's a pretty standard lineup. So we got 3 Rat here, best card in the deck, best part of the engine. This is what you have to run 3 of. Don't be surprised if it gets hit in the near future, but this is just a fantastic card. 3 Whiptail, it's just standard at the minute. It's you have to play 3 Whiptail, you have to play 3 Rat Pier. Those are the staples in any Zoodiac deck at the moment. And also it has a great effect where if it's attached to an XZ, then obviously it banishes after damage calculation. Next up is 1 Thoroughblade. This is a win more card. You don't need to see any more than one. It's good, but if you have more than one in your hand, it kind of bricks. It's definitely a kind of card you want to search for, as opposed to just have straight in your hand. And last Zoodiac card is Zoodiac Ram. Now, see, a lot of people are sleeping on this card, but the fact of the matter is that Ram A has great defense, and B, it protects you from trap cards. So this card is a very good one-off in the deck, and I think a lot more people after playtesting will see it's actually a really good card to have. And then we're going to run a small rank 3 engine, so 2 Terratop and one of his power Taki Tomborg. So might as well play the rank 3 engine while you can before it gets banned. But I've never needed 3 Terratop, I only needed 2. I see enough to play it, and I think for me this is the right ratio. Next up is Coach Captain Bearman. Now this card is just fantastic, especially with the rank 8 play with Giant Trainer. It's just too good. Get to burn your opponent as well as draw 3 cards. What more can you ask for, really? And then onto the Kaijus, we've got 1 Star Destroying Kaiju, 1 Lightning Strike Kaiju, 1 Mad Flame Kaiju, and obviously Gamma Seal. So right now I'm only running 4 Kaijus. I'm tempted to drop it down to 3, but considering that I'm playing obviously 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, it's always nice to resolve it twice. So yeah, those are the right ratios. 4's perfectly fine, especially in this deck, which is quite tight, and everything just sits nicely at the moment. And onto the hand traps, we have 2 Ghost Ogre and 2 Maxi staples. These are the kind of cards that every deck should be playing, or at least siding in. They're just fantastic. They're just so versatile, and especially in this Zoo matchup, in this Zoo format, these cards will be ever prevalent in the meta at the moment. So don't be surprised to see them in every mirror match and every other deck to try and combat the Zoo. So yeah, that's all the monsters. Onto the spells. 3 of the best spell card in the game right now. Zoodiac Barrage. I'm really glad that I picked them up cheap, or when they just came out, because I had a feeling they were going to spike, and my gosh, have they spiked. So I'm very glad I got on the hype wagon early and didn't wait. So yeah, best card in the actual deck, apart from Rat. Pop itself to special summon the Rat and then go off into your combos. It's just really good. 3 Slumber, because board wipes are a thing this format, and Kaijus are a thing, so you might as well play one of the best board wipes in the game at the minute. 2 Tenki. I've never really needed the 3rd. It kind of bricks in the hand, and the OCG made do with 1, so I'm pretty sure 2 is perfectly fine. I've seen it enough, and yeah, to be fair, I can search it out anyway if I really need to, so it's not that big of an issue playing it 2. 2 Instant Fuzz, because Norden's still a thing, and until Norden gets banned, might as well keep going with the rank 4 plays as much as possible. It just helps you push for gain even more so can't really not play Instant Fusion. 2 Twin Twizzle, until we see what artifacts do in the actual metagame and everything else. With the Eidolons, then there's no point in playing Cosmic Cyclone just yet, but obviously if it does become more prevalent, then obviously I'll swap Twin Twisters out for Cosmic Cyclones. 1 Book of Moon, because in the zoo format it's just really powerful. Like, we're in a targeting format at the minute where everything just seems to be like targeting, so Book of Moon really helps. 1 Raigeki, because Raigeki's Raigeki, and let's be honest, like I said with board wipes, we're in a board wipe meta, so it's always good to have like a spare board wipe, and Raigeki is just perfect. So that is the spells. Onto the trap lineup, not really much to say. 1 combo is fantastic. Like, helps you recycle. It's basically like your Jar of Avarice from the from the graveyard, so very good. 2 D barrier, because D barrier is fantastic. I don't think you need any more than 2. 2's probably the right number. And last but not least is 2 strike, 1 warning. Mini Solemn Brigade again. Like, I found that this amount of cards perfectly fine for me. Don't really need to see them too often, but at the same time, it just works out. The ratios seem to work well for me, so yeah. And onto the extra deck. 2 Trident. Sorry about that. Trident's like the best like Zoodiac extra deck monster that we have at the moment. Just too good. Like, you have to run 2 because you dig through X deck so fast. It is pointless not playing 2. 2 Broad Ball, again, like another Zoodiac card that you have to play it 2. Like, these are all cards you play it 2. Like, you literally just cycle through your X deck so quickly to the point where you need to be able to like have multiples. 2 Tiger Mortar, again, this card helps you like reattach cards, as well as like it's just another 2 of you. Just like these are the ratios. And 1 Bauble or Borbo, because like, even though you don't really use it, it's basically your first XEs that you go into to go combo off on your plays. And other than that, like until like the next support comes out in Maximum Crisis, we're still going to be playing Borbo, and I think you only need 1 anyway, don't need 2. Then the Enabler, MX Saber Invoker. Yes, I spent a lot of money on this deck, I'm not even going to lie, but at the same time I picked, again, Invoker up cheap, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, he's what you go into with Terratop and Taki Tomborg to get your rat and then just go off hard. Like, very good card. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if it does get hit at some point, but for now you might as well play it while you can. 1 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. This is the card that you go into to get your Tenki, so this is why you don't need to play mini Tenkis, because you can search it out. And a lot of people just don't understand that it has an effect that is non-targeting and shuts off all like effects of other monsters on the field. Like, and it's just fantastic. Like, a lot of people keep sleeping on this card, and I think if they actually read the card and read its effects, it'd probably get played more, but it's one of those things. Norden, because Norden's Norden until it gets banned, we're still going to play it. Castell, because it's staple rank 4. Samurai for game and the OTKs, because Samurai is just fantastic. 2 Emerald, because you have to play 2 Emerald. If you don't play 2 Emerald, like, you're not going to recycle, and like I said, you go through this deck far too quickly. And last but not least, Giant Trainer. Giant Trainer is for the Bearman combo, and it's just a really good card, really big beater, and just a good way of drawing cards. Obviously, side deck is up to personal preference, so I'm currently in this side deck. I am running 2 Floodgate Trap Holes, because obviously turning monsters to like face down are just very prevalent in this meta. 2 My Body's a Shield, because again, being able to stop like slumber and everything is really good. 2 Chalice, again, to stop slumber, because like any kind of board wipes and you just want to keep your monsters on the field, like, you're definitely gonna like do whatever you can to keep them on the field. 2 DD Crow, because DD Crow is a very good card, and a lot of people should really be playing it in this meta, because if you can DD Crow another person's like rat, then that's their combo is pretty much dead. Like, I'm not sure how they're gonna like come back from 2 rat. 1 lava golem, because like with the kaijus, it's just a good way of getting rid of problematic monsters, as well as the fact that like you can pop it with Dryden, so it's not really a problem for you to get over. 2 chain disappearance. Now this is a very good tech card that I'm pretty sure a lot of people might start playing in the near future. It's just the simple fact is, as soon as they play their rat, you can play chain disappearance, banish the other 2 rat, and then they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's like their deck pretty much dead at this point, and then you can just do whatever the hell you want. 1 torrential because board wipes again. 1 bottomless because bottomless is good, and banishing cards is really good, especially if they've like built up their whiptails and their like thoroughblades onto their XCs, and it's just really good to get rid of. 1 compulse because obviously once they've used up all their resources and then going in, you can just compulse it back to hand, and they've just lost a lot of cards just for overextending. And last but not least is, I saw this tech card on one of the deck profiles online, Crooked Cook, and I was looking at the actual effects, and it is really good, and it's just one of those kind of cards that people tend to sleep on, and I think in this deck it could be really good, because again it board wipes and it also saves itself. So it's another card to consider, but at the minute it's in my side deck, and I'll be testing it out further in the near future. So yeah, there's my Kaiju Zoodiac deck profile. Thank you for listening, and like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.